All right, man. Ticos are liars. I know they are, man. Everything's mañana. They're lazy. They're freaking lazy, Sarah. I'm telling you. They do everything's mañana, Tico time, pura vida. They take pura vida to lengths, and they don't get things done here. They're not go-getters. And we were talking about that with Sarah because I have a theory, and I want her to help. We're doing this in real time. Sarah actually has no idea what we're going to talk about. And we're going to get to Sarah in a minute. But first, guys, I'm Michael Allen for TravelCostaRicaNow.com. We're down in Estoril Este at the Relocation Retreat. Don't click off. It's not about the Relocation Retreat. We just happen to be at the Relocation Retreat. So, but real quick, if you are interested in Costa Rica, it is on your radar, but you're not quite sure, the Relocation Retreat might be for you. It's a 6-7 day event, no blowing smoke, good, bad, the ugly. At the end of the event, you'll know it's, hey, Costa Rica's not right for us. We're going to Belize, but you will know. We don't mince words here. I'd love to see you there. All the info, dates, thing is in the link in the description below. Guys, you've seen Sarah before, right? She's a YouTuber. She's a fellow YouTuber. I only get to hook up with her when she's here, and we're going to chat. So if you don't know who Sarah is, she is a YouTuber. She's a relocation expert. She handholds you if you are interested in moving here, living here. Don't email me. Go with her, and I'm going to have her links in the description below. So Sarah, we've talked. Maybe I'll even put some links below of our videos from a while back, so they can catch up with your story. But I want you to help me out with this a little bit, because I presented at the here, and I presented about kind of Tico culture, and I think the stereotypes really get overblown about. I was being very sarcastic and facetious when I said Ticos are liars, Ticos aren't go-getters, mañana, because my theory is we're around maybe a lower wage earner who doesn't care about his job. But we have friends like Pablo, who's our import-export guy. He's professional. He's not mañana. He's a go-getter. He's smart. He gets back to you. And there's a million of them.
Jairo? So we got to throw Jairo, car rental guy.
Our car rental guy.
On it.
If I 1 out of 100, Jairo didn't get back with me. If I tell Jairo something was wrong, right? He's on it. He's on it. So I want you to, let's talk about these stereotypes that they may or may not know. Just trust me when I say there's stereotypes here that Costa Ricans tend to be lazy. Everything's tomorrow. No attention to detail. They're just practical, and they're not go-getters. And I think it gets perpetuated like in blogs and people that have bad experiences, like that don't use professionals. Like I was trying to get in my talk, I was trying to say most of your interactions are with Jose's boyfriend's cousin doing your plumbing. You didn't call a professional plumber. You didn't call a professional painter a business. You didn't call a business to get your construction. You heard a name that does construction, and he comes over to your house. But what do that might be a bad experience. But I don't know. I just want to talk about the stereotypes. Am I right on this assessment, or are Ticos lazy? Or help me with this. What's your experience? You've been here how many years?
It'll be 8.5. I guess I moved here in September of 2015. So no, I don't think they are at all. I've seen a lot of Costa Ricans that are very hardworking, prompt, professional, communicative. And I do think part of it is what you're saying, choose to work with professionals with a good reputation. And the other part of it, I believe, is how you speak to Costa Ricans who you're working with and how you treat them. That for me, like I haven't had all these problems that I hear about other people having, because I think it's the way that you treat anyone that you're working with, and you treat them with kindness. Actually, I have a good example I can share with you from this morning from a text I need someone to come look at my ACs. Well, I don't know if you want to share it yet. But,
yeah, that's
okay.
True.
So Costa Rican, texting a Costa Rican. So first, someone else had already tried to text this person who was my boyfriend tried to text him, and for some reason wasn't able to coordinate a time. I tried. First you start with hello, but it's on Spanish. Good morning. How are you?
Right.
So sometimes in our culture we can be very straight to the point. Hi, I need this. When can you come? But no, here you need
pleasantries.
Pleasantries go a long way with Costa Ricans. So hello, good morning. How are you? I'm Sarah. My partner, had messaged you. We have an air conditioning issue. I said I wanted to see if it would be possible if you could come for a consultation for the AC units when you have time. He said yes. Where? So now we got tomorrow at 10 o'clock. let's say maybe you'll show up around 10, could be a little bit later. That's okay. Because we all get busy. We all get behind on schedule. But I think it's how you speak and how you treat people that really makes your experience and how people are going to treat you and work with you here in the country.
Well, two things. Actually, the same thing happens in the States. When the cable guy says 10, you know that it might be 11. I mean, so don't start judging it because that I mean, they do that in the States as well. You know, so it's not like mignon or I get there when I get there. It's just the way business runs sometimes. I'll be around in the morning or whatever. But I think you bring up a good point because if your aura or your thing, you can feel negativity. You can feel resentment. You can feel like you're being judged. You can feel. So if you're going into that interaction with this, I'm ready for him to pull a fast one on me, or he's going to try to rip me off when I ask him how much that paint job is, because he's doing this thing. I think people feel that, I think, and now you get defensive. I mean, all this is maybe unconscious. I think that's happening, but I don't know. I think don't underestimate how you're approaching the situation or what you want to do. And if you're bringing negativity to it, or you're expecting negativity, you are going to get you're going to get negativity, right? Yeah,
I mean, absolutely.
I don't know. So let's hit a couple. I mean, explain to me, or for people, like, okay, some of the big ones are like Tico time. Tico time, like the big joke is, let's go with her air conditioner. So if you want to go negative on that, the air conditioner guy said tomorrow at 10, but the joke is, or the stereotype is, well, not really tomorrow. Next week, he might show up around 10 at another day. That's a stereotype, like a manana. I'll float in. I'm here now, Sarah. I know it's a week late, but I'm here. What's your problem? And that's the stereotypical, they show up the manana attitude type of thing. But again, if you're working with professional businesses, they show up. That AC dude will be there between probably 10 and 11:15 or so, around that time.
I've never had someone show up an entire week late out of the blue for anything. And another thing, it's just kind of confirming the day of. So maybe tomorrow morning, I'm not going to be there, but reaffirm, hey, let me know if you're behind or looking forward to seeing you today.
Okay, let's hit Gringo pricing. So you hear that all the time, Gringo pricing, Gringo pricing, Gringo. They're going to see you're a Gringo and they're going to jack up the price. There's truth to that, but there's truth to that everywhere in the world. People are going to go, okay, you're not from here, and if you are willing to buy this house for $400,000, even though it's $200,000, it's kind of on you. It's buyer beware. I think I really believe that's true. So, but this Gringo pricing. So you're approaching. Okay, this Tico is going to rip me. He's going to I'm ready for Gringo pricing. So, but that's anywhere. That's in any business transaction with anybody in the world. But for some reason, Tico's, they're going to rip you off. They're going to Gringo price. No, anybody does that.
There's Gringos here who Gringo price other Gringos.
Right. If you go to buy a ring, like you're going to, if you're willing to pay $7,000 for it, okay, well, it's only worth $4,000, but you paid $7,000. That he's just doing a business transaction. You either go yes or no. But I just don't like that it gets pinned on them that Gringo pricing is that they're going to rip off the Gringo. They're personalizing the stereotype. I don't know, something. I'm really having a hard time with this. That's why I'm asking you. So
I would say learning Spanish and communicating in Spanish, even if it's not perfect via message, is also helpful. Because every time I message a provider, I message in Spanish. And I think that, no, my Spanish isn't perfect. They can actually see on my WhatsApp that I have a phone number from the United States. So they're going to know. They can see from my WhatsApp photo. But
unconsciously, I think they're going, she's trying to talk to me and she's respecting me and not just going, so you're not writing in English and go, well, he can translate it.
Exactly.
We're in this country. I don't know. I just think it's our problem not taking responsibility I don't know, man. I'm really struggling with this because I don't like that these things keep getting perpetuated because my experience are with our friends like Pablo and Jairo and people that are, that are entrepreneurs and they're go-getters and they are on time. So I just don't like this, your expectation. If you don't know Costa Rica and you hear all this negativity, you're coming down here expecting this low quality work, not on time. They're gonna over, gonna be the Gringo pricing thing. I don't know. Talk to me. Please help me out with this.
Yeah. I mean, another thing is, what you're saying is just people taking responsibility for themselves and doing their market research. So whether it's in real estate, home rentals, getting a certain job done, and also going off personal recommendations. So I got another example for you. Maybe we can run through some examples.
Yeah.
So last week I needed someone to take a load of just like garbage off the property. I got some furniture,
construction stuff, and all that, or furniture stuff.
Some old furniture, big boxes from Stiff Boat Unboxed, but it was stuff I couldn't just take out to the garbage place in the condominium. So
couldn't get in that big government black bag.
No, yeah. So I knew the price ahead of time. So I already had this person recommended to me. So at first I message, oh wait, that was from before. I just said, hey, my friend told me that you're able to take this garbage for 20,000 colones, $40, from my house. So you put the price
in there to let him know you kind of knew.
That helped, yeah. So, and I said, I just wanted to, but I said, yeah, first I said, hello, how are you? My friend told me that you take, trash from Playa Hermosa to this other location for, $40. Is that true? And I said, I have a few things that I need sent. Didn't respond. So 6 hours later, I said, hello, just to see, if you have the price for the service, here's the things. And then I did get a response and we settled on the price. He was there right when I asked him to be there. Or he told me, all right, I'll be there at 8 a.m. tomorrow. And by 7:45, he was there. So he probably just got busy. He missed the message. I just kindly following up goes a very long way too. Right. Because some people might be inundated with messages. I get inundated with messages.
That. I'm actually like
that,
yeah.
Someone can just kindly follow up, but kindly, you can get a lot more done.
I don't know. I think it's who you circle yourself with. I mean, again, if you're, who are you hanging out with? If you're getting like ripped off, we'll say, who are you hanging with? Who are these people you're associating with? Are you trying to make a quick buck and you're getting with other people looking for quick money? Maybe people need to take a little bit more responsibility in the interaction or what happens to them instead of just blaming the culture always. And I think those things got so perpetuated, they become like some sort of weird truth that out to get you, Gringo pricing, they lie, they say yes when they mean no. Those can happen, but what's your responsibility in some of those things? Like you, I don't know, those are good examples. And I wish more people, I'm getting tired of the negativity that some people bring to the table. Hi.
Yeah, it's just doing proper vetting too. Like my construction went incredibly well. They were almost on the timeline. I already expected to be a teeny bit late. They were working their tails off. I would drive past the construction sometimes on my way to somewhere else. It'd be 9 p.m., 9:30 at night, and I would see the solder, the flashes of I'm like, are they still in there working?
Okay,
let's go to bed.
Well, let's use that because construction's a big one. How many people do you know that had terrible experiences with construction? But there were reasons they had bad experiences. They hired the wrong people. They didn't vet the people. So walk people through what happened, the people you hired to make sure, or you were pretty positive that it was going to go according to plan. Because this is where people they do the blame game. The house doesn't 6 months later. It's $1 million over cost. The work's not that good. Oh my God! I told him to put the window right there, and it's over there. I've got those stories, but why? So, what did you do to work according to what you wanted?
It was pretty involved. So a lot of it's very clear communication. So for vetting them, I looked at past projects that they had done, talked to people that had projects done by them. They actually did government projects. They do government projects as well as residential. So they actually told me, if they're off timeline with a government project, they get fined. So that kind of also helped me know that, okay, they're good at sticking to timelines. They drew out an entire timeline of what's going to happen and when. During the design process, we all settled on every tiny detail of the home. It was written, it was there. I got to look at all the planos. I saw everything that was being submitted. So I didn't have a window somewhere else where a window wasn't supposed to be. Everything did go. You need to be present or have someone manage your project to make sure that things are being done as you want them to. And afterwards, I guess a really good tip is that, sometimes a construction little things can pop up after you start living in the house. How responsive is that company going to be? They've been incredibly responsive. And something broke on one of the doors. They got the door people out there. They fixed it. Perfect. Everything was under warranty. So make sure your construction does have a warranty. What's under warranty for how many years? Make sure appliances that you buy are under warranty. So you really have to vet properly and go based off personal recommendations for that as well. Not just the person who says, I can do the construction.
And since we want to save a little money, he just said he can do the construction. I kind of believe him. He seems nice to me. You know, we talked before and he's nice. So come on, you can do it. And then it does go south. It almost always goes south because he's not really a professional. He's hoping he can wing it, you know. But so I wish people would take more responsibility in the decisions and the contacts they make, because most gringos do it trying to haphazard. You vetted people, you know the cost, you know the design, you have somebody overseeing just to make sure it's going right. But a lot of people, oh, he's going to go do it, I trust him, and then the window is over here, and they're wondering why.
Yeah,
you know?
And contracts, that's why contracts, I mean, we could do a whole other chat about construction, but your contracts are so important. You need to have a very formal contract with the builder, like a written agreement that's reviewed by lawyers that you both sign. And that's when, okay, if things become more expensive, oh well. So actually, I'll tell you, so I did 2 houses. One house was in dollars, the contract. Second house was in colones.
What was that?
I don't know, that was my mistake. So I made a mistake. If you make your income in dollars, do your construction contract in dollars. So what happened over this past year and a half? The dollar dropped. So my contract that was in colones, all of a sudden I had to pay a lot more.
Yes.
So I had to pay more. The contract that was in dollars, we didn't have to pay more on it, but the construction company lost money on that because they are buying the materials in colones.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? But they didn't come back to us and say, hey, so the dollar dropped, so we're going to need you to pay more. That didn't happen.
They took responsibility, like you had to take responsibility.
I did too. So, you know, so if it's very clear what's included in your build and everything, then there shouldn't be any confusion. There shouldn't be all of a sudden all these extra added costs.
Well, see, so you broke every stereotype. It wasn't manana. The construction was on time.
Yeah.
It was priced how it was. You talked it out. You got it. So it can't be gringo priced if you did it.
Yeah.
You know, so on time, attention to detail, did it how you wanted. And these are all the things that people bitch about Chico's not being, because they hired Jose's cousin's brother boyfriend thing. And I don't know. I'm getting.
I love Costa Ricans. You know I do. You know I love them. I love them.
Well, I hope so. You got a boyfriend that's one.
I've only dated them since I moved here. So no, I love Costa Ricans. I think they're wonderful, amazing, warm people. In any culture, in any country, you got your bad eggs, no matter what. No matter where you're from.
Those bad eggs don't describe the rest of the freaking culture.
They don't. I have so many Costa Ricans that have just treated me like with family, especially, you know, me. If anyone, you know my story, I got pregnant a year after I moved here, had a daughter, became a single parent. Like there's just been so many Costa Ricans who've treated me like family and just been such amazing, amazing people. So I don't like to see that stereotype at all, because I do find the majority of them we can learn a lot from them.
I think so too. And I think what happens is the complainers of the world where Costa Rica didn't work out, they can't look at themselves and go, I made these mistakes. They have to go, Costa Rica's too expensive. They messed up my construction. I lost $100,000. I had to go home. And they take zero responsibility, but those are the ones that are the most vocal. You know, it's always the negativity you hear the most, right? Yes. So that's the blog, that's the video. You want to hear my experience with construction in Costa Rica? I got a story. And then you start, just like crime. Yeah. Yes, there is a crime problem here, but let's define it a little more. Is it everywhere? Is it over here a little bit more? And maybe it's more Limon. And why is it Limon? Is there a robber around every corner? So it's not the complete story. Yes, crimes, but it's bad people killing bad people mostly. Mostly, yeah. Mostly. So, but you don't hear that. The headline is, the U.S. puts Costa Rica on alert 17 because crime's crazy. No, wait a minute. Yes, no, I don't know. So I don't know. So they go home and they just complain. They write their blogs and do their thing. And then, Costa Rica's crime-ridden. I'd never go there. Costa Ricans don't know how to make houses. She said it, and, I would never move there. So I don't know. I'm sick of it because I have the experience kind of you do. I'm like, they are nice. They're going to stop before the gringo. They are. I'm telling you, if you're stuck on a road, they will stop.
1,000%.
I've got 3 just anecdotal stories that happened to me personally.
It's happened to me too.
They'll change your tire. And you know what? They never once in my 3 episodes, they never asked me for money. They did the thing and just were happy to do it. Yep. And I had 19 gringos go right and zoom by me, almost like
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was just seeing how you
Yeah.
felt. I was hoping I wasn't out there going, you know, I was wrong in my assessment because I'm just tired of this negativity thing. That's all.
Like I said, I think a lot of it is how you integrate with the community and connect with the people, which obviously you've been here for so long, you figured out how to do that and how to have a good experience with people. And then that's what I've done.
Vetting, contacts, circle yourself with other professionals, and they're out there. They talk here. We have them. So how are you going to just back? Matter of fact, some of the things that are said. Would you say that when Pablo's in the room?
No.
You know how offensive that shit is? To say that, oh, lazy and they're going to rip you off and the Tico's in. That doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, Sarah, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. You make me feel a little better about my life. And guys, if you want to talk to Sarah about anything, she is a relocation expert, so she can help you get down here. She'll handhold you as much as you need it. So I'll put her link in the description if you want to get a hold of Sarah. Guys, I'm Michael Allen, travelcostaricanow.com. If you're thinking about living or traveling anywhere, always do your homework and research. And if it's about Costa Rica, normally I would say I'm the only place you should be watching videos, but since Sarah's a fellow YouTuber and has great information, I would say we could put our videos against anybody's and you're going to get some solid info. Peace.